Hello and welcome to the HEALcast. I'm Bobby, joined by my awesome co-host Morgan. Morgan, say hey.
Hi.
And we're here with the the dancing group from Heal of 2018 plus one from 2016. So we're gonna shoot through some introductions. We're just gonna hop right into this. We got a lot of people here, so we're gonna get a lot of content done. We'll start with Matt Giuliano. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Matt. I was one of our dancers during Thon 2018, like Bobby said. And Morgan, Bobby, thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Thanks for being here. Skylar, tell us about yourself.
Skylar Amrine. I danced in 2018 alongside Matt and two other people that will introduce themselves then. And I didn't listen to whatever Matt said after that. So
That's
Perfect.
no one ever does. All right, Kim.
Hi, I'm Kim. I also danced in 2018 with Matt and Skylar and Emily.
And Pat.
No.
No. Go, Pat. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Pat Crumbling. I am ancient. I danced in 2016 with Dustin, Claire, Bridget, Justin, and Kirsten.
Man, you are ancient.
Yeah.
And then last, but certainly not least, Emily Foster.
Hi. You guys will be shocked to know that I danced in Thon 2018. My name's Emily, and I'm stoked to be here. I missed my heel people.
We've missed you.
Well, we're so excited to have all of you on. We're super happy that we could get all four of you and then a bonus plus one with Pat. So this is awesome. And we can hear a little bit about your experiences from 2018 and 2016. For the people listening, can you guys just tell us kind of what you're doing now that you guys are like grown up and graduated and doing
Adults.
big girl and boy things? Yeah, some may say adults. Just tell us what you're up to now, where you are. Yeah. So we can start with Matt. We'll follow that same order.
Yeah, it's a lot different than what I was doing last year, working, really punching that clock with that 9 to 5, staying busy and trying to stay up to date with the crazy times we're going through right now. So really, that's just about it. Not much else you can do right now, obviously, because we got to be safe and whatnot. So just
Are
trying
you
to.
in person? Sorry.
No, I'm working at home.
Gotcha.
Thankfully.
Skylar, go ahead.
since graduation, I have entered a second degree nursing program. So in December, I will have my second bachelor's degree, and I will be a nurse. And during these nice, difficult times, I am working at a hospital as a nursing aide, and I also work at a ski resort for free lift tickets because, well, there's nothing else really to do right now. And that's about it. I just go to school, I work, I come home. It's a very not a very great lifestyle. So all of you appreciate what you have while you have it, because you don't realize how great it is until it's honestly gone. And that sounds old to say to me.
Where are you going to school?
Penn State Harrisburg, they're getting more of my money.
Very
Perfect.
nice. Okay, Kim.
So since graduating, I did a dietetic internship in Orlando, Florida. And then I'm now working as a registered dietitian at a pediatric hospital in Delaware. And I'm doing a master's program in nutrition. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. Schoolwork, rinse, repeat.
When are you going to make us some food?
I promised you cookies the last time I was on, didn't I?
You promised something. I don't know. Maybe it was like vodka sauce.
Oh, it was
I
vodka
lost
sauce,
some
right?
mail or something.
All the stuffed shells, give them that.
Yeah,
Those stuffed shells are good.
everything.
Emily Foster, what do you got for us? Oh wait,
Oh.
Pat. So
Oh
sorry.
yeah, no, Pat needs to go.
How could you
Oh.
forget?
I graduated in 2016. I moved out to Pittsburgh and worked at BNY Mellon, a financial services firm, doing accounting and then project management. And then in 2019, I moved back to Baltimore to work at Morgan Stanley as a fixed income trader.
He's a real adult.
Yeah, would you like
Pat
to
has a
manage
few
my
years on
stocks?
us.
I've got a few years.
Can you manage my game
I
stock?
agree with Skylar's sentiment though. Like, there's a period of time after college where you sort of miss it. So, you know,
And it doesn't end.
yeah,
Yeah, I would agree.
yeah, live the best of every moment while you're there.
I would say, sorry to cut in one more time for M. The thing you miss the most isn't the lack of responsibilities; it's how close you are with your friends.
Yeah.
Like everyone says, like high school is the best times of your life. No, high school is the easiest. College are the best because everyone that you want to be around is right there.
Yeah.
Wow, we're getting deep. 5
I
minutes
love
in, I'm already ready to cry.
I do that to people.
Yeah.
Okay, Emily Foster, tell us what you're doing.
All right. So, right after post grad, I was working at Massachusetts General Hospital in their voice center. I got to look at a lot of vocal cords. That was cool. But then it made me realize I was really into ears. That's my thing. If anybody else is into ears, let me know. So, I'm doing a doctorate program in audiology at Northwestern. So, I mean, who knew you could do grad school from your room? But that's what I'm doing now. But I'm going to move out to Chicago in a few weeks, like mid-February. So that's super exciting.
Oh my
Hang
god,
out with Shannon.
that's awesome
Oh,
because
is Shannon out there?
Yeah,
yeah,
she's
Shannon's in Chicago. Shannon is Chicago.
she
Oh
is.
my
Yeah,
gosh,
the entire city.
wait, yay.
Okay, so we were already planning a trip to go visit Shannon. So like now we're just gonna visit both of you.
Yes,
Maybe
please.
next, like spring break or something. Instead of going to an island, we'll come to Chicago in the
Please
middle.
Basically the
do.
same thing,
sounds
right?
awesome.
It's like Punta Cana, just colder.
There is a beach.
There is. Yeah.
Perfect.
It'll be frozen solid, but you know, can ice skate on it.
I'll plan for you guys to come. I'll get in touch with Shannon. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh,
Perfect.
yes. And Carmen too. Okay, she's downstairs. And what was I gonna say? Oh, so now let's go through. I'm just planning and telling everyone that I'm coming to visit them. I hope you guys are ready for me to show up. Let's go through your positions in Heal, and then we'll dive more into dancing. This is kind of just like the general stuff, and then we'll get into the fun stuff. Matt, go.
Yeah, so in Thon 2018, I was the general relations chair, and then for Thon 2019, I was the outreach chair and the president for Heal.
Double dipping.
Yeah,
Just couldn't get enough.
That's right. We had a very busy year.
Skylar.
Are we doing like committees and stuff too, or just Heal?
Oh, I mean, if you wanted, sure, why not?
Yeah, just go ahead, throw all their entire
List
resume
it-
out
list
there.
it
I
down,
may
yeah.
as well. I was on a OPP committee my sophomore year, a donor and alumni relations engagement committee my junior year, and I was on a DR committee my senior year and my fifth year.
Awesome.
So 2016, the year Pat danced, I was just a member. 2017, I was an outreach chair, and then 2018, I was an outreach chair as well.
My turn?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. 2015, no. Yeah. 2015, I was a Thon weekend chair for Thon 2016. And then 2017 to 2018, I was the president.
Wow.
You were always a member, right? You weren't on exec.
Yes, I hopped to other special interest orgs before I came to Heal with a good friend of mine, and I did not take an exec position. No.
It's all right. We still love you.
Good.
Speak for yourself, Bobby.
It's all right. I still love you.
Thanks, Bobby.
Yikes, Pat. You're gonna have a rough conversation after this podcast ends. I feel so.
I always knew. So.
All right.
Mine's easy. I was FR for 3 years. So Thon 2017, 2018, and 2019, I was family relations.
The only FR chair I know who didn't meet the families before she got her position, right? Isn't that
Yeah,
true?
I hadn't met them. Yeah, we had the Nolts and the Tuckies, and I hadn't met either of them. So I was definitely like thrown in, but it was awesome. I would do it all over again in a heartbeat.
Cool.
We wish you would come back. All
Yeah,
of you.
please come
I
back
would
and
love
do it
to come
again in a heartbeat.
It feels weird getting old and like we're no longer babies anymore. Like we are like getting to know
Speak
the
for yourself.
Just wait, it gets worse.
I'm
Yeah.
still an infant. Still an infant.
Yeah. Okay. So let's dive into dancing. Last week we kind of went over the process for them to become dancers, and it sounds like it hasn't changed since then to now. So does someone want to just run through that really quick? We can kind of compare notes. I think it's going to be the same, but like the process of like applying, giving speeches, all that. Does someone want to just explain that for anyone who's listening to this podcast?
Don't all shout at once.
I got this.
Yeah, go
Um,
Cam.
Do it.
So, as Fun Weekend Chair for 2016, part of my responsibility was to kind of organize that whole process. So for that year, and I think it was pretty similar for our year too, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. It started by collecting interests. So we got kind of a list of everybody that wanted to dance or was thinking about dancing. I think we had a couple meetings to kind of talk about like what the process would look like and make sure that everybody understood, you know, what they were signing up for. We then had dancer statements, which was kind of everybody just giving us like a PowerPoint slide of why they wanted to dance, why they thought they would make like a good representative for HEAL, what their involvement was, things like that. And then that was sent to the families along with, you know, being sent out to the org. And then we had dancer speeches, and those speeches were also sent to the families. So, oh, and I should mention that we kind of had like an eligibility criteria for dancing. So we had HEAL points, as well as active membership. So you had to have a certain number of HEAL points and be an active member in order to qualify to dance. And then we did dancer speeches and voting. And that was all the active members in HEAL could vote, and the families also voted. And then we tallied votes and announced the dancers.
Awesome. So yeah, that's
It has not changed at all.
exactly how it. Yeah. It's kind of cool. Like our Constitution has. I don't know if it's ever like the dancing portion of it. I feel like it's been pretty similar for a lot of years, which is very neat. Yes,
Everyone's
that was
favorite meeting is that
overview.
Constitution meeting.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah.
You guys have no idea.
I think I actually do, but that'll be a different
Oh.
conversation.
Compared to some of the old ones, you guys have no idea.
Goodness.
So anyways.
They were rough to do. Never mind.
The funny thing is, a lot of people that are just regular org members don't even realize we have a constitution.
Correct. And we have it on
Kinda-
file. If anyone ever wants to read it, they can get it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's like
if you
the
ever
first
want it.
bullet is it has to be available if anybody
Correct.
asks for it. You have to be able to give it.
I wonder if anyone's actually ever asked for it.
No one ever will. Now, someone might once they
They
listen to
might
this.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
We're gonna get everybody asking for it just to be, you know,
All three of our weekly listeners.
mildly annoying.
I think the worst
Two of
part
them, me.
about I think the worst part about that constitution is every year going into it and seeing like how it's changed and how the format is just all over the place from how many people had their hands on it.
Yeah.
It's a circus
Right.
fire.
Circus fire.
Wow.
That's a
That's a
new
new one.
one.
I've never heard of that kind of fire.
Yeah, I'm more familiar with dumpster fires, but
Sky,
I
were
could
you
get behind
watching
a
The
circus
Greatest
fire.
Showman or something?
What's up?
Were you watching The Greatest Showman?
No.
There's a circus fire in there.
That's
I mean,
true.
Just imagine like a dumpster fire is contained. It's in there. Circus
Yeah,
fire.
true.
It's all over the place.
Circus fire, you got elephants, animals. Like,
People are jumping through the
you're
hoops.
screwed.
A bunch
It's
of
over.
clowns in the room, most likely.
Yeah, true.
This has just spiraled.
We're
Yeah,
doing
for real.
so well.
I'm surprised it took this long to start spiraling, though, so it's fine.
Oh, don't worry, guys. I think we've established like a total of 4 weekly listeners.
Yeah.
Maybe one of them is Bobby listening to
Yeah.
himself.
I just really like the sound of my own voice.
Where do you guys
you blame
post
me?
this?
Well, you know,
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, literally anywhere you want to get a podcast. YouTube.
You should honestly advertise more, like
We
Instagram.
do.
or
I
I've-
Guy,
I've
I
never
am
seen-
trying so hard. You don't understand.
where do you? Well, no, this is a completely serious.
I'm doing my best.
He's like about to cry. I'm sorry. We'll get it out. We'll help you. We'll figure it out.
Thanks.
Matt's good at this stuff. You got it, Matt.
Matt, the podcast is all yours. You're now the new host, so go ahead and take over.
All right, sounds good to me.
There's something I was gonna say and I can't remember.
Sorry, it
Shocker.
probably wasn't
Okay.
important.
Sorry, I'm just in quite the mood today. Okay, can we go? Or we don't really have to go around. We can just make this like a conversation. I don't have to call on you guys. We can do this together, right?
Raise your hands. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
We're all civil here, other than
Yeah.
Sky, I think. So.
So preparing for Thon weekend, what did you guys do? Like anything that you felt was like kind of out of the ordinary? Any like things you tried to eat or stop eating or drink or stop drinking? All this stuff. You know what I'm talking about.
Slowly wean yourself off caffeine.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're as dependent on it as basically everybody else.
Yeah.
Go down to like tea instead of coffee, or cut out soda, and just like progressively try to get off of it, because crashes hit like doubly as hard, and you don't want that in the middle of the event.
Yeah. Because you can't have caffeine during Thon weekend, which I was surprised a lot of people actually didn't know. A lot of my friends, like who don't understand Thon, were like, why can't you just like be on caffeine the whole time? And they don't allow it in there, for dancers at least.
Just slamming monsters like every 20 minutes.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Take a whole case of Red Bull in with you.
Bang energy. Come on.
Yeah, bang energy. You gotta get that creatine in.
This is heal. Come on.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh my god.
Dang. I always try to think of one that was like pertinent to me at the time that a lot of people don't think about is nicotine.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's true.
My jewel lived by my side through most of my college years, and coming to realize that, of course, I can't have that while dancing. You better get ready to not be high key addicted to nicotine.
Also, guys, just don't use nicotine.
In general.
Yeah, we do not.
And
Throw
condone
that
it.
out there.
It doesn't pertain to everyone, but to whom it may.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's a good point.
It's
That's
yeah.
a good point.
Yeah. I feel like I didn't do anything. I did all of the basic stuff, cut caffeine, try to get more sleep. You want to be your healthiest self, basically. Like I started going to the gym, which was
Oh, who would ever do that?
I know, right?
Right.
But
Dude, Foster's
stretching-
a powerhouse. Don't let her tell you
Yeah,
otherwise.
I know.
She was my rock, like for sure.
There was a time though that we all disappeared from each other. I remember that. We all just took like, well, I don't know how
That was
long
my
it
superlative.
What
Everyone else got all these cool, nice superlatives. Mine was most likely to disappear for
Because you
hours.
disappeared.
I was walking. Okay, we'll get into this.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll
and
get
we
there.
need to get to the how you got outside because I'm jealous.
Okay.
I think one thing that I did was I stretched for about 15 minutes every morning right after I woke up and right before I went to bed at night. I think that was a big help, keeping your muscles pliable, and because you're going to be stretching nonstop throughout the weekend, and that's something that people pester you about as well.
Do you still do that?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
You know what? That's a great question.
You looked so limber the last time I saw you. I thought for sure.
I think I started doing that about a month before Thon, and I stopped doing that Monday after Thon.
There you go.
Because when you're as naturally athletic as Matt Giuliano,
That's true.
Stretching's fake.
Yeah.
It's a recommendation at that point.
Yeah,
For
it's
sure.
not necessary.
That's all God given right there.
How many hours of sleep would you guys recommend leading up to Thon?
Honestly, I didn't like
Go ahead,
do
Kim.
anything differently. Like I tried to make sure that I was getting like 8 hours most nights. But I didn't like sleep more,
Yeah.
the couple nights leading up to it or anything like that. Partially because I was like too excited and kind of nervous to sleep anymore. But the Friday of Thon, I had to like go to class because my professors wouldn't excuse my absence.
And we had that quiz on the day right after too.
Yeah. So like Friday, I think I woke up at like 7:30, like my normal time. I probably would have wanted to sleep in a little bit more, but I didn't have that option.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. A lot of what people don't think about is like you have a whole day basically before you stand that you're awake. So it's not just 46 hours of like hop out of bed and go do thon. Like you're awake for that whole day. So try to sleep in as long as you can that morning, but like you're going to be super excited. So
It's more than 46 hours technically, but
Yeah.
it's only the 46 that counts. For me, sleep, I say it honestly depends on the person. Like some people like Kim don't need that extra sleep. I'm someone who normally operates on like 4 to 5 hours a night, and that's just what I've been doing for years. And I knew that just was not going to cut it. So that probably like 3 to 4 days before that, I try to like, okay, let's be semi-normal and get like at least like 6 to 7. But it honestly depends like on the person.
Yeah, I'm like Skylar, probably, especially in college. You know, if you're up until 1 or 2 in the morning and then you wake up for early class, I would highly recommend trying to regulate before that weekend because you don't want to be like overtired at all and have to deal with that multiple times like throughout the entire weekend. So, especially if you're on an abnormal sleep schedule, try to correct it the best you can.
Awesome. That's all good advice. Any foods that you recommend eating, Kim, specifically?
I don't know that I like really changed the way I was eating.
Good, I haven't.
Yeah.
People like say that they should do like someone did Whole30 before.
No, don't do that. I mean, if anything, like
Carbo load.
I mean, I think right, like we always would do. I think Thursday night into Friday, we would always do like a pasta dinner.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, like I tried to eat a somewhat balanced diet, whatever that means for you. But like, I didn't really change anything. I think that I did try to cut out like, well, I wasn't staying awake as late, so I wasn't eating like pizza, you know, in the middle of the night.
As we all do, of course.
As we all
My
do in
my
college.
3 a.m. canyon slice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that went away, but for the most part, I didn't change anything. I definitely tried to like eat regular meals leading up to thon because you're gonna be given meals on like a pretty regular pattern throughout the weekend. So I did try to make sure that I was getting like breakfast, lunch, and dinner consistently. Maybe I added breakfast. I'm like half and half when it comes to eating breakfast, so I think maybe I added that in, but honestly, I don't even remember.
Awesome. And speaking of, okay, favorite meal that you had. Sorry, Em, were you gonna add something?
Oh no, I was gonna say we should talk about the food that we got snuck in to the
I was just about to say favorite meal you had thon weekend, and it could be snuck in or served to you.
Mine was Nick Esposito dropped me chicken nuggets and
From where?
from the stands.
Oh,
Where they were bought
Like a
from.
chicken tender basket.
Oh, sorry. No,
Where
no,
they
no. I'm
were
pretty
bought from.
No, I was like,
sorry.
they sell chicken nuggets and
Wait, that was so funny. I'm like, from the stand. Like he dropped them from the
Same
sky.
Yeah.
material.
He dropped
The chicken
From
nugget
where?
store.
I found it in my dancer mail. It was all soggy.
yeah, he packaged it in a
the
box.
year where something fell, like and hurt someone.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Someone got their
no.
eye taken out, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
Did it drop
that
from
led
that?
up to
Sorry,
that
that's
led
so
up to me going outside because I was over everything.
Didn't
Okay.
Maggie pass out?
no, yeah. So
Maggie passed out.
Maggie
We'll
passed
get
out,
to
and the
it.
crazy
Don't ruin
thing.
it.
Wait,
Don't
yeah,
ruin
no,
it,
no,
don't
no.
ruin it.
Put that on the agenda.
Oh, God, that was so bad.
Write it down,
was
Morgan.
so
Write it
bad.
down.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, it's in my head.
Write it down. Write it down.
Yeah.
Ugh.
We'll get
The
there.
chicken nuggets from the stands that were from McDonald's. That was
There you go. Okay, so you got some McNuggets.
Okay, go-to dip sauce.
I didn't have dip sauce because I was like unwell at that point in thon. So I just
Wow.
ate
Espo's
them.
fake. He didn't even drop sauce.
No, he dropped me ketchup, but like at hour 40, you're not gonna like you don't have the dexterity to open the ketchup and
You use ketchup on chicken McNuggets?
see, I knew I was just
Yeah.
gonna get
That's
a
normal.
basket.
What?
Normal.
You don't get that's totally Bobby. What you don't do ketchup on nuggets?
No.
I think like the big thing for that is just
advocate,
kind of along those lines is you don't want to eat something that upsets your stomach really badly. Like my roommate Devin brought me Cajun fries from Five Guys around like hour probably 6 or 7, and that messed me up for a solid 20 hours.
What are you talking about? It's like Tom's. Same thing.
It was something.
That's
Yeah.
They were good going down, but that's about
That
it.
was one piece of advice I actually forgot to say. I didn't eat anything different, but I did cut stuff out. Like I didn't have Tadashi or Chipotle like
Oh,
anytime near
Tadashi.
before
Tadashi's so good.
Um, probably my see. I was spoiled all weekend. I barely ate any of the food there. Like I knew around what time breakfast, like the morning it was every day. Unfortunately, because I had two people that brought me Irvings like every day. Like I had
Sound better.
like a
I've-
breakfast sandwich and a smoothie like 2 days in a row. Charlie Morgan brought me wings
Charlie was
over.
on last week. Ooh,
Yeah.
wings over.
He brought me wings over. I forget what time it was because whenever he showed up randomly for like an hour, and then Espo brought me a king size Kit Kat like right when we were opening Dancer Mail, and I started to cry. And he's like, "Why are you crying?" And I'm like, "I don't know." Like I think
It's the Kit Kat.
he remembered it was my favorite candy. I don't even think he wrote me Dancer Mail. He might have, and it made me laugh. But he gave me the Kit Kat, and I started to cry. He's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I don't think anything."
Yeah, that's a good point too. Just be ready to cry and like be open and like feel that because you have no control over it. You just
The
start
vi-
crying
The
sometimes.
videos made me cry, and that Kit Kat made me cry.
Yeah.
I'll probably be crying half the weekend, so it's fine.
My favorite was probably also a breakfast sandwich, which kind of like materialized out of nowhere from one of the captains.
Ooh.
And then yeah, Espo brought me pizza, which was also great.
Where from?
Don't tell me he brought you
I
canyon.
was gonna say, did he bring you canyon?
You know, honestly, I don't know, but like it was pizza, so I was happy about it.
Hmm.
Yeah, the food that they were serving like really wasn't cutting it for me, but the breakfast sandwich revived me. Also, the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, they were
Mhm.
pretty good. Oh, and
We got ice cream.
ice cream. Yes.
I forgot about that.
Oh my god. Okay, so like right when pep rally started,
Yep.
Em and I were like on the struggle bus.
We all
And-
were during pep
Beep,
rally. That's
beep.
when we all went separate.
Yeah. So my DRCM, they had just released like the Thon Ripple ice
Golden
cream.
apple
or
something,
something.
whatever, right? Yeah.
No,
like
I'm
the-
pretty sure it's called Thon Golden Ripple or something.
Yeah, that.
I think it's apple flavored, isn't it?
No,
No.
Nope.
I'm gone,
Chocolate.
dude.
It's chocolate with like vanilla or like white chocolate shavings.
Yeah,
and,
why
like,
not?
Maybe.
That sounds
Um,
delicious.
she dropped down like 2 pints, one for me and Em and one for Sky and Matt, and like that.
My gosh, back in the days when you could share a pint
Yeah,
together.
right.
Yeah, true.
Full.
Matt, did we even get any of that?
You
ice
didn't
cream?
get the ice cream. They definitely ate the
We
2
couldn't
pints.
It was more like
You.
one
got
for
it.
Oh,
Em
that's
and
We
right.
got
We
it.
couldn't find you.
So they
I think
both
we
ate a
had
pint.
some.
I was gonna say, I
Yeah.
don't
It's
remember
Big
any of this ice
friends.
cream.
We both had 2 pints each.
It was really good.
It was.
Was that when did we talk to the Tuckies? Because that's when did we FaceTime?
That was like
them?
Sunday morning.
Yeah,
Right
it was
before
towards
Final
the
Four.
end.
That
It
was my biggest struggle because I fell asleep standing up, and I was so scared that I was gonna get in trouble because I was on the phone with the Tuckies. And everyone's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Totally."
They asked you a question and you just like didn't respond, and we were like, Sky, they're talking to you.
I'll find the screenshot that I have of us on FaceTime. Sky, like, lights are on, nobody's home. The rest of us are trying to smile and like we're tired, but Sky just looks. he's
I
not
don't
there.
know. Something about that time. I hit such a wall. Like I couldn't even stand still because if I was out on my feet, like I was just walking back. You could see me pacing in the background. It was awful.
Yeah, way true. All right.
Great.
Should we
That
go into the dropped chain so
Yeah.
that we can get to how Skylar
Yes.
got outside?
Well,
Okay,
wait.
so-
We were talking about PB and J's, and I think it's great to mention that we have the PB and J champion in the call. Matt, how many peanut butter and jelly sandwiches did you eat Thon weekend?
I think I had about 1 an hour. So I'd say probably about 45 or 46.
Insane, literally nuts.
I don't think I finished every one, but I attempted to finish every
You
one.
are an inspiration to many.
Wait, when was this happening?
The
Oh, I
PB
was housing them. Every time I walked backstage, PB&J. Every time. I would at least eat half.
Matt Giuliano is like the Joey Jaws chestnut of the competitive peanut butter and jelly eating world.
Those Haas people knew my face by the end of that weekend.
They probably hated you. They had to keep going out
Absolutely they
to
did.
Sam's Club and buy more bread.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Okay. What happened with the chain and
Yeah,
where
okay,
were
we're
you
good.
guys?
Okay,
So-
so how I remember it is I don't know if anybody else was with me, but we were standing, like our area is right in front of where Heal is in the stands. So it's near like the corner of the stage, and that's where we would like stretch and everything. And you heard this noise, and it just sounded like one of the sororities was like doing a cheer or something like that. It was like high pitched, and you were like, what? And then you like everybody congregated to this one area, and my DRCM was facing outward towards me, and it was so weird because she told me if anything bad happens they're told to like go around the situation, like face outward. Yeah, yoking, yeah, so that like it doesn't cause more attention. And so I was like, oh, something's going on. And then we saw like, I mean, somebody got hit in the face or something with like this metal chain, and they were like really hurt. And then walking backstage, because they like had to clear everybody out, she like passed me, and I freaked out because you're already tired and everything, and it was really scary. And I think that's when Sky had enough and dipped.
So I feel like how delusional we all were. We're all gonna have different ways to tell this story. So I was like going backstage to where we kept our stuff because I just was constantly on the move. And I heard like a loud thud and a lot of commotion, and I was at the point where I was just sick of people. So I was just like, I just need. I'm like, I don't even want to know like whatever event was. I was hoping I was missing stretching at that point. I didn't know. I was just like, I'll just go. Went back, had a snack, changed my shoes for the 100th time, which is a huge mistake. Don't do that. Keep one pair on as long as you can. Um, and then I start walking back, and then I see people being rushed, and I don't remember who it was. It might not even been my DRS. It might have been the captain. I think it's Alex, like the really tall black kid. Was that her captain? Like who was
Yeah.
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 And I'm like, what's going on? He's like, you do not want to go out there. And I don't listen to stuff like that. I'm like, I'm 100% going out there because it looked like a commotion. Before I could even get out, I see two people escorting this girl who is just dripping with blood from the top of her face. And I'm like, this is a horror movie. So what had happened was, like, if you look up in the BJC, if you're ever in there again, what's holding up, I mean, honestly, I just don't know when you guys can get back.
I'll
in.
remember.
There's giant speakers up top, and they have chains that like help hold them up. Well, apparently with like how loud the music in there, it vibrated one loose. Funny enough, it's just long enough to reach down the bottom and perfectly crack this girl like top of her head. And she was covered with blood, and I was like, what's going on? And I come out, and there's just a pool of blood, and I'm just like, what is happening? And I look up into the stands, and Maggie had just seen it. Was it Maggie that passed out?
Yeah, with
Yeah.
Why
Maggie.
Maggie had just
passed out? I didn't
yeah.
know that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, she saw it, and I guess that pool of blood, at however, whatever state she was in, did her in too, and she just like passed out. And then there's commotion down there. There was blood. There's commotion up there, and I just had to get away. I was like, ugh. And then I don't know how much longer it was after that, but I was just struggling. And two, this is how I got outside. Two execs, from last year. Is that what they're called now? I completely forget what they're called. Like president, like stuff like that from all of thought.
Yeah.
The executive
Oh,
Yeah, the
committee.
executive committee.
Executive committee. Two of them from the year before I danced had like 100% floor passes, and one of them came up to me, and obviously will not name names. I was like, "How are you doing?" I'm just like, "What do you need?" I'm like, "I don't think anything is like nothing to eat." I'm like, "What are the chances you can get me fresh air?" And he was like, "Are you serious right now?" I'm like, "That's the only thing I could possibly want." So I went, and he goes, "Go throw a hoodie on over top of your number and meet me back here." I went and met him. Ended up taking me out through a bunch of doors, and I'm delusional at this point. Like if he would have left me, I couldn't have got back. Like that's where I was. And he takes me outside, and when I get out there, it's daytime, and I'm just like, oh, okay, it's amazing. And it was so cold, it was great. The funniest thing was we went in. It was just a normal day, and that morning I went out. Everything was covered in snow. I'm like, did it snow? He's like, solid 8 inches. I'm like, what the hell is happening?
Wait,
He's
I
like,
forgot that it snowed our
I didn't
weekend.
know it snowed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have either unless because it was almost all gone by the time we left. And he's like, "You got 5 minutes." So I'm sitting out there for 5 minutes. I'm just like, and almost in like a
Puffing air.
catcher's position, just like, this is amazing. He's like, "How are you doing?" I'm like, "That's exactly what I needed." And he takes me back in through all these like weird back doors and stuff. And he's like, "You good now?" I'm like, "That's all I needed." And then that was it. That guy secretly
Who
got
was
out.
it?
We
No.
Tell
can't
us
name
later.
no, we can't name names.
You'll
No.
tell us later.
Protecting identities.
But that was probably the most spoiled I've been in a while, because that 5 minutes of fresh air was like more than I thought. Like, it did me wonders.
Well, there you go. Next, if you ever want to dance, just make sure you can sneak yourself outside, and you'll do great.
Well, there's no sneaking this year, so.
Yeah, you
guys
can just
hang
walk
out
outside
now.
now.
Yeah, you just open a window.
Yeah, right. Stick your head out and breathe.
Wow. I feel like I've only ever heard stories of people saying that, but they do say, like, Matt, did your captain last year say to you, like, if someone really needs it, like, it's a possibility?
If someone absolutely needs it and they don't advertise it,
No.
but if like the school of nursing that helps out now, if they like think that's going to help that person not have to leave Thon, they will take them outside for probably 5 minutes, like Skylar said.
And the
Yeah.
thing
But
was,
that's like an absolute last resort
yeah.
type thing.
I wasn't anywhere near leaving Thon. It's just something I wanted,
Yeah.
and I was just lucky enough just to, unfortunately, know someone. Like, not, I guess, fortunately in my case, but it just sounds bad in the podcast, obviously.
Nah, we're good.
Oh, I was thinking it was someone, like, you had just met. It was someone you know.
Yeah, they were on the
I was
executive.
like, how did you just meet someone and, like, tell them this is what I need? And they're like, I got you.
Through mutual friends. I became close friends with two of the people that were on the executive committee before I danced. I think it was a year or two before.
Okay, that's cool. That makes more sense. I must have missed that.
Kim, you know who I'm talking about, so don't say it.
That's who brought me the breakfast sandwich.
Yes, that's where I got my Irvings too.
Wow, what a great person they were.
They really came in clutch.
Does
Hey.
anyone else have a different recollection of the way that this change happened?
Wait, yeah, where were you guys?
So
What time in the weekend was this? Was
It
this
was
like
early.
Early,
It was
early.
like 6 hours in.
Yeah.
It was
6
really
hours
early.
in?
Oh, it
Wait,
was
wait.
Saturday
Or
morning.
very
so it
early,
was like,
definitely before the end of Friday night.
Oh,
Yeah.
then I went outside way later.
I was
than
gonna say, Skylar, you were ready to go at like
Oh.
2 hours in. You're like, I gotta get out of here, dude. It's
I-
bad.
Honestly, it's hard. It's gonna be hard for you guys to imagine it, just because you're not gonna be in a enclosed space with no windows and just so many people and noises and just ambient sounds around you for 46 straight hours. You don't really, time is irrelevant. You just
Yeah.
know like every, what is it, half hour that you stretch,
Something like that.
Every
by the-
hour
by the-
you do a dance.
or something like that. And by like
Yeah.
the 40th time hearing that, you don't care about time anymore. You just hate the song.
We don't know the song.
Yeah,
Or
what is the song?
Kim and I don't know about Sky and Matt. We have no idea. I could not name one line from our line dance.
You went
2018.
over it.
Of all the line
just-
dances,
You just get the dance down. That's all it is.
yeah, of all the line dances, that's the one I know the least, and we were there for the
Yeah.
most amount of time. It's
Yeah.
weird, but
Well, no,
I think that's a
can name
common
one
thing.
part of it. I can name one part of it. I Want to Dance with Somebody has been in, like, I swear, every line dance. I swear.
No, that was in 2016 because that was the best line
Yeah,
dance.
it is.
Yeah.
Pat had the best line dance.
He absolutely did.
And I'm standing by that. Blast off, BJC. Can you feel this energy?
Yeah.
But Kim, what were you going to say about the chain? Sorry, I cut you.
Oh, so I was not in the vicinity when it happened, like at all. I think I was in the back, like changing my outfit or whatever, and I didn't even hear it happen. But I was coming back out to like go on the floor again, and I think I ran into like Em and Matt, maybe.
It might have been me. I remember running into somebody and being like, "Don't go out there."
Yeah,
It's
so it
crazy."
must have been you, and I think that my DRCM was there too, and they were like, "Don't go out, just don't go out," and I was like, "What happened?" And they wouldn't tell me because they didn't want me to know that Maggie passed out, because they thought that like I was gonna freak out because I was the president and like would think that I needed to do something about it. So they didn't want to tell me what happened, but I was like, is everybody okay? And I think somebody said no, and then I heard
Not the
somewhere-
thing you say.
Yeah.
Not the thing to say.
and then I
just
heard
like how
something
you
about,
don't call Shannon, right, Bobby?
We'll get
Keep
there.
going.
I heard something about that, like whatever had happened was like right in front of Heal's section, and I was like, oh my god, were any of our dancers standing there? Because literally that was where we stood. Like when we were out on the floor, that's where we were. And so somebody finally said no, and then I was like, you guys need to tell me what happened. So they told me, but the one thing that nobody has mentioned so far is that the DRCM of the girl that got hurt was somebody in
Meg.
Hilo.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
who was it?
It was Meg, right?
Yeah, Meg Bar.
Meg Barr, and she was in heel, and it
Yeah.
was her dancer. I was actually gonna mention that.
Yeah.
But
There
Meg
was-
wasn't like on call at that time. Meg
No,
wasn't in
she
the
wasn't.
EJC. Yeah.
Oh,
So I
gosh.
feel like, and maybe I'm just misremembering, but I feel like she was with you when this story was being relayed to me, because I definitely remember like saying to her like, "Are you okay?"
Wait, Meg was there.
She was there.
So from
Whoa.
what I remember was first, this was back when it was one DRCM was assigned to one dancer.
Correct.
It's not groups anymore, and it was right when Meg was, I think, coming on shift,
Mhm.
Yeah.
because I do remember she was there and she was literally
was
like, "I don't have a dancer. Like my
Right,
dancer's
so
just
then she
straight
was-
up not here."
Because she was helping us out.
Yeah.
Whoa, I forgot about that.
Wait,
Yeah.
can we just backtrack? So I'm confused. Skylar, you said that the chain dropping was what caused you to then want to go outside, but you guys are saying that this happened early on in the weekend. So maybe I'm just not following.
I don't know when it happened.
Oh,
That
okay,
whole weekend
okay.
is a blur. I just
Yeah.
remember seeing
Yeah, that
blood
is-
and not being pumped about it.
Yeah.
I
Okay, so-
can't imagine
so
why
the
you
chain
would have been
dropped
pumped
early.
about it.
It was early because we were shocked, like, oh my gosh, is she done? Like, can you imagine?
Oh, she
not
was
finishing?
so done. They
Well,
took her
she wa-
straight to the
Well,
hospital.
yeah, but we were wondering, but it was long enough in that the sight of blood, I was like, I'm kind of unwell, and Sky freaked out when he saw
I
her
feel
covered
like
in
it might
blood.
have been like Saturday morning.
Really? Yeah,
It
I don't
sounds
know.
like it could have been if it was light out. Maybe if we asked someone who wasn't dancing, they would be able to tell you the time.
Let's
I mean,
ask
I
Maggie in 2
Ask
weeks.
Maggie.
Yeah,
yeah.
true. Ask Maggie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was crazy.
Especially just because how like it could have been any of
Well, that
anyone
was what
Anyone,
freaked me
yeah.
out.
right there.
Like
because
obviously I
right
was
in our section.
I was like 10
Yeah.
feet from it. It fell, and I was like, what's going on? And then I just, ugh.
It could have been a
Yeah.
Thon kid too. Like imagine.
right. Like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, measles took care of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
true.
about to
Actually,
say-
couldn't have been a
Oh,
Thon kid.
true.
Never mind.
That
Wait.
year there weren't any Thon families.
Yeah.
There, or no, very few Thon families.
There were
there
no
Very
because
active.
few.
no
active
active
treatment.
So it was a significantly less amount of Thon children
Yeah.
families that were there, which in hindsight, given that scenario, it probably was for the better because
Yeah,
none of them were in
You would've
significant
scarred some
danger.
children too.
Yeah. And that's why we had to FaceTime the Tuckies. I don't know if we ever clarified that, but the Tuckies weren't there the year that we danced.
Yeah. And then they weren't there. Oh no, they
Year-
came next year and they spoke on stage.
Yeah.
Yes. But there was another year that
The
they
year before us, I believe. I think it was a 2 year stretch where there
So
was
they
like a
were there-
measles or a mumps outbreak.
they were there when Pat danced. They weren't there when like Michaela
Yeah, that's right.
and
Right.
Ilya and Nick
Ilya and
danced.
Charlie and Nick.
Yeah, that's the year before.
They were
Yeah.
there.
They
No.
couldn't come because of the measles again, because Becca was
No, but
like,
I have a picture of Becca like on Ilya's shoulders. So I think maybe it was my freshman year that it was my freshman year that they weren't there.
that they couldn't come. Okay.
Yeah.
Many moons ago, back when dinosaurs roamed the earth.
Yeah, thanks, Bobby.
Yeah,
Facts.
no problem.
Big facts.
Okay, we talked a little bit about shoes. Like, what was the thing that you felt you needed the most on weekend? It
Don't
could
tell
be
me Crocs.
shoes
Emily's
or-
Crocs.
My Crocs.
When did
Yeah.
you put yours on?
So I think Sky said before, keep your shoes, like your sneakers, whatever you start out in, keep those on for as long as possible and avoid rubbing your feet with tennis balls because once you start doing that, you will not be
You
able to
can't
stop.
stop.
You can't stop. Like hold on to that, hold off on that for as long as you can. I think I brought 3 pairs of shoes, started off in sneakers, and then switched to Crocs pretty fast. And because you can put socks in them on like the parts of your feet that needed support. And then I ended in Crocs. I think I only switched it like twice.
I
so-
started Crocs for a while.
Yep. Oh my gosh, yeah.
That like life saving.
They were great. I
I-
highly recommend.
I had 3 as well. I had a pair of running shoes, a worn out pair, like it's like a good like worn pair of like Air Max 90s that were comfy, and then flip flops.
Flip flops for the Final Four was the move.
I would say
100%.
keep your tightest keep the running. In my opinion, what I should have done, I keep those tightest, like newest, like running shoes on the longest, because that's the smallest your foot's going to be that entire weekend. then go to your next comfy shoe, and then the absolute last resort before you get that ice bath, which will
We have to
Inevitable.
tell we have to tell
then
that
go
story.
I'm
then go to
scarred.
the flip flops.
Wait, I have a question about the ice bath, and this is something I've thought about. Do you ice bath and then like put your socks back on and then the shoes? Because I feel like that would be the worst thing ever to like have to dry your legs off and then put your socks back on and put your shoes
No,
back
because
on.
They tape you.
didn't. I got my ice bath. They taped me, and then I just rock flip flops because
Okay.
when did they even offer the ice baths? Because I didn't get mine till as late as I possibly could.
Yeah,
Well,
they. Go ahead, Foster.
oh no, I have a story with it, so go for it, Matt.
I was just gonna say they don't start offering the ice baths until late in the weekend, like publicly throwing it out there that they offer the ice baths. And it's recommended that you wait as long as possible. But when you're in there, they literally have someone from the training staff doing everything for you, like taking your shoes off, drying your legs off, taping you up, and getting you back out there.
You're
So
pampered.
you really don't do much of anything other than suffer through the 5 minute ice bath.
Is it really
Secret
suffering?
tip. Oh no, it's awful. If you've ever
Yeah.
had
Couldn't
an
do it.
ice bath,
Yeah.
it's like that, but it's worse because your feet already hurt so goddamn bad. God darn bad.
You're fine.
You
It's
think if you wore like I've rolled multiple ankles and had to do like the ice bath for 20 minutes, like stick the whole ankle in, and then like like a little toe warmer. You think that helps?
No, because so the ice
Toe
bath
warmer?
hurts immediately and then you're on your feet for all those hours.
Yeah.
And then after it's done hurting, it's amazing because
Yeah.
you're numb. And then once that numbness wears off and you're wrapped, it's just a whole nother world of just because once you start warming back up, it's just throbbing.
Yeah.
So, and that's why they wrap it because it kind of helps that throbbing a little bit. And then eventually you take the tape off, and then it's just all mental power from there, which helps because normally I didn't take mine off till like Go Go Gadget was about to come on.
So you
So,
rocked it till the final hour.
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
it's like
gosh.
you know it's like all mental like around that point.
I think the most gross thing was I don't know if I ever told anyone this, but I was so tired after Thon, and then we all went out to dinner,
Oh,
and then I went home.
I know
I
this.
didn't untape my feet until Monday morning.
that's impressive.
I went.
Matt.
We got home from
You
out
were like
going out to
lost
eat.
a toe.
I went straight to bed. 15 hours later, woke up, took the tape off.
Well, I fell asleep.
Wait.
I fell asleep at
Disgusting.
Pickles.
Yeah, he
Oh
fell
my
asleep at the table, and then when Matt woke him up,
No, it was Espo.
oh, okay.
Espo tried having combos with me, and I started talking to him about my dream.
You go, he like kind of wakes up and he goes, when the socks get wet, you have to change to the white ones.
That sounds like a
Espo-
weird interpretation of like the O.J. Simpson trial.
Well, I felt so
Oh,
bad
geez.
because Espo looks at me and he goes, "What?" And then I screamed it at him in the middle of the restaurant, and all of our parents are there, and they're looking at me. I'm like, "Sorry."
I just remember Kim's mom was like, "Matt, you need to go home," and
Yeah.
he drove me home.
She was like, I'm gonna drive you home now.
Oh my god. But yeah, wait for the ice bath until
As
the
long
end
as
because
possible.
you guys couldn't find me and I don't know what was happening. It must have been like before Final Four, like we were trying to get everybody together and I said I'm gonna go get an ice bath and I was like the last person in there or something and they're wrapping my feet, putting everything on, and who busts in but Skylar and he says, Emily, I've been looking for you all over the place. Mom and
remember
dad are pissed. And I was like, oh my God, no way, really? He goes, yeah, come on. And I was like, okay, guys, I gotta go. And the trainer was like, that's your brother? And I was like, no. And I just left. And they're probably
I
still
remember
confused about
that.
that.
I
Yeah.
remember
Mom
that.
and Dad are
Mom and
pissed.
dad are pissed. I was
Yeah,
like,
I got
okay.
some weird. I got a lot of weird looks that weekend because people just don't know me.
I
Well,
aspire to be like that.
You don't.
Just that level of unpredictability.
You gotta pull out all the stops.
Yeah.
Well, Final Four is
Don't
rough
offer
too
the
because
ice baths until like super late the second night. If you can track the time, you'll kind of know when that is. And as soon as they start advertising it, they don't do a great job, at least my year, of like spreading out the people. So there was just a mass horde of people that were standing still
Mhm.
in the hallway.
Oh,
So
That's how it was last year too.
part of the reason you want to wait is for all the people that are standing there to get done, so you don't have to stand in the hallway like just immobile for an hour, or so that you don't have to have one of your dancer fellows like fake being your sibling to sneak you to the front.
It's
Mom and dad are
also
pissed.
it's it's also it's just so weird because like right after I got my ice bath was Final Four, so I was standing for a while anyway. But I almost didn't get it because when I walked back, it looked like a triage in like a war movie. I walked back and I will never forget this. This one girl just called it. She was sitting on the ground crying, screaming at her DRCM. Why would you make me do that?
Was it me?
Why would you make me do that? No, it wasn't. And the DRCM was just like, I didn't make you do anything. And she just stood up and screamed. She goes, I didn't want the bleeping ice bath because
Ooh,
it hurts a lot at first.
yeah.
And if you're already like spent, like it was just wild. I'm like, I don't even know if I want the ice bath. But
I didn't know
magical
how
part,
badly.
yeah. The magical part about the ice bath is right after when they wrap your feet, because you how they wrap your feet, you put up like one leg on the table, so they wrap
Yeah.
it. So you get like a half, you get to like half sit for like
It's a
2
little
minutes,
cheat.
and you're oh yeah, they make you keep one leg down. They're just like you're okay. I'm
Yeah.
just like oh, can I just get another one of these?
Can we just do this part for like the next like 12 hours?
Yeah.
I had no idea how badly it would hurt. I've like never before that had an ice bath. So they were like, "We're doing ice baths. Do you want one?" I was like, "Yeah." And so I go and like
She wasn't
the
ready.
second the second I got in, I burst into tears and I was just like hysterical and I didn't know what to do because it's like shocking and painful. And then I remember like my roommate was with me, but she was kind of waiting at the door. And I turned around and I looked at her and she just like gave me this look of like panic because she didn't know what to do either. And I remember thinking in my head like, "Oh my god, I need help. Like I am not okay." But I made it through the 5 minutes and then for whatever reason they didn't wrap my feet. So it just was like or no, 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 no. Sorry, I got that backwards. Emily, didn't we get our feet wrapped first?
We
Before
did, yeah, before
don't
the
do
ice bath.
don't
Yeah, don't.
do not get your feet wrapped if you've not had an ice bath. But yeah, so then they did wrap my feet after that and like it felt better for a couple hours. But
I forgot about that. Yeah. That being said, overall, we killed it as a group. Like Heal 2016 dancers were extremely successful.
18.
We what?
2018, but
2018.
Oh, we were
You
sorry.
might not have
2016 killed it too, I'm sure.
we did.
Um,
Did all right, yeah.
yeah, no, we were really proud of ourselves. Our DRCMs didn't have to like deal with any craziness or anything. So
We were all really well prepared too
Yeah.
going in. So, and I mean, we were all such great friends going in too. It's not like we were just random people that got paired together with these big Greek organizations or anything. We've all been working together all year too. So we were all clicking, and I just think we did a great job. I was really proud of all of us, just compared to a lot of the other dancers that I knew.
yeah.
Well, there you go. That's a perfect segue into the good old wind down of the podcast. Getting into the traditional parts. Kim and Matt, you've been through this before, so you know what to expect. But it's time to ask a couple of our favorite questions.
Oh
So Morgan, you
gosh.
can go ahead and start.
Can I
Okay.
interject really quick, guys? Really,
Yeah.
can I add one more thing for the wind down? I don't mean to ruin the segue, but
No, you're fine.
I can't leave without remembering, and I have Skylar will remember this too. During Go Go Gadget, when they took his GoPro,
I was
Oh
gonna
my
say
God.
that. I have
They-
that video still.
they took his GoPro on stage, and I forget who the lead singer's name is, but he was filming the entire BJC with Skylar's GoPro and gave it back to him, and just a
He like
priceless
tossed
moment.
it back. It was so cool.
Yeah,
was
so
great.
I got a GoPro just for that weekend. And I got like one of the I didn't have any like chest or headpiece, but I had like a stick to put it on. And Go Gats was on and I was so fired up because I'm like, yes, we're almost done. This is great. Like they turned the lights down, the whole place was glowing, and I was just aiming it at him and he just walked up, looked at me, and he just tried to grab it and we couldn't reach each other. So he had someone grab it, he took it up on stage, filmed him and his buddy, the other guy singing, and then he just panned it around the BJC while I was going nuts. I have it on my Instagram, and I could send it to. Who was I supposed to send that to for the longest time? Wasn't it Carson?
You were supposed to make a
Right.
video for Thon Weekend, but
The
the
university was
I
running
was,
behind.
but
university was
I
taking too
was,
long.
I was. Yes, the university has a lot of logistical issues.
Not talk
The
But
universe-
saying.
That was Skylar's blanket term to blame something when he was behind on anything Heel related. That the university was.
I was.
taking
That's
too
like the
long.
only thing I was like actually never got to.
Yeah,
Everything
so
else
you
got
didn't get a
handled.
video.
You didn't, but honestly,
Hey,
if
you didn't
I
get a
had
video
put 'em-
yet.
Exactly.
That's true.
And even though I have the footage, you and I, we all know, all four of you know, and Pat probably included. I probably wasn't the best person to make and cut up and edit a video, to be honest. And that's fair, and you can't deny it.
So it's probably
But-
better that we don't have it.
But for you guys, I will send it, and whoever sent us in that group chat, that group text, I have the video on Instagram, and I can send it to you guys. It's only like 30 seconds.
Please do
Um,
post it on our Instagram.
Shameless plug. Nick DeLuca made a video of the year I danced.
He
Oh,
makes
that's
so many
nice.
great videos.
Video, Pat.
Really
Yeah.
good. Really, really good.
Yeah.
And it was, and that's one thing I wasn't great at for outreach was I wasn't good at all the internet stuff. But I made some sick shirts.
Actual outreach.
I made really good shirts, and the socials were always handled very well.
Perfect. That's all that matters, right?
You know you.
That's
love
all
the
that matters to me,
Carolina
so.
Blue. Carolina Blue shirts, you know you guys all love.
Yeah. What are these questions? You're making me think.
Okay, number one question, and we really have to like compile our list now, is what do you think will be in the Thon 2021 line dance?
Oh, geez. Oh, so much crappy stuff has happened.
You just run down the laundry list.
Yeah,
Matt
for
and
real.
Matt and Kim, what did you guys say the first time you were here? Because we asked you
Matt
this.
has a whole list.
I know he does. He's the reason I have a list.
Oh,
Let's
it's definitely
see.
going to be Biden. Like,
yeah, they do
becoming-
that for every election.
yeah, there's definitely an election.
COVID.
COVID.
No way.
Slam dunk.
Zoom University will be a lot.
Probably
Tiger King.
Probably GameStop now.
I was just
Yeah,
gonna say
GameStop Diamond Hands.
Some stonks.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yeah.
Diamond Hands, baby.
So they'll have a line dance this year, right? They'll just like project.
Hopefully.
it or
Hopefully.
something?
Line
Yeah,
dance.
geez. Yeah.
I sure
Oh,
hope so.
and the live stream cuts out between midnight
Bobby, cut
and
that
6
out.
a.m. every day.
What?
Nothing.
I didn't hear it.
Good.
it was just a really bad pun.
Oh, then it's fine. I was like, do I actually need to cut it? Like, let me make a timestamp.
What happened in like we have a lot of stuff for like current events and things that happened on campus, but what's going to be like the Thon recap of the year, I wonder?
Oh wow.
There,
New fundraising stuff.
yeah, there's some new stuff.
Yeah.
Twitch fundraising is a new thing this year.
Streaming platform.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Bobby, didn't you go live on Twitch for like?
For like 20 hours.
Yeah,
Whoa.
he raised a lot of money.
Yeah,
Cool.
a nice amount. It was all right.
It's
It
like
was,
$100.
yeah. So
Pretty
Still is
awesome.
in good hands.
yeah, it was fun. I haven't streamed since, and I probably won't stream for a while because I need some time. But
But there'll be a
I
Twitch.
never knew you did that.
yeah, I actually
It
started
was
in
very early.
quarantine. I started streaming, built up a little bit of a following, and then I did a nice 20-hour stream for Thon, and then I haven't streamed since. So sorry to all the people that subscribed to me. It was a waste of $5, but my bank account is thankful.
The university is taking a bit. It's fine, Bobby.
Yeah, the university's taking some time. They're still processing it.
University's on
sorry.
pause.
Yeah.
Let me know if you guys get this then. I have to send us a text because one of you has an Android.
Yeah,
It's
who's
not-
that? That person's
Yeah,
the
who-
worst.
You can
Who
just
could it
text
be?
it to me. I'm the one
It's
who's
M.
No, it's Matt.
Oh, it's
It's-
Kim.
I know, but
Oh, it's
then they can all
Kim.
have it, and now if the video never gets
would
made,
never.
it's not just my fault.
Skylar, can you send it to?
I got my list up. It took me a while to find it.
Can we cut that out, Bobby? I just gave the whole room my phone number.
I was just thinking that. I was
I
like,
will
we're not
cut that.
Thank you. Yes, please do.
Just add your social, add the 3 numbers on the back of your
Yeah,
card.
those wacky 3 digits.
Those wacky 3 digits.
Any other guesses as to what's going to be in the line dance this year?
I've got my list. I can just read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you have?
I do know it's. I mean, it's obviously it's usually Penn State events, world events. There's always a miscellaneous, and then sports. So any sports championship, like whoever wins the Super Bowl is probably going to be in it.
The Pats aren't in the Super Bowl
The
this year, so
Buccaneers.
it's not happening.
But Tom Brady's in it.
TB12, still going, baby.
Fun fact: when I was little, I thought the Super Bowl was just a big game that the Patriots played in at the end of every year.
Oh,
That's
can we just
spoiled
now? Let's just
Boston.
hang up, kicker.
Yeah, get out of here.
Thank you, Skylar. I got the message.
I would have to incorporate like some TikTok trends in there, right?
Oh yeah.
Fun fact: I've never done a TikTok dance, and I don't have TikTok, but I plan on doing it during Thon weekend. Like,
I don't know why you would, but okay.
like I won't get my own, but like I don't know why I shouldn't learn some dances.
Why would you want to?
Because
Well,
one day I'm gonna have children, and they're gonna be like, "Mom, did you do that?" I'm gonna be like, "No."
No. And you'll be proud of the fact
You'll
that
be
you
proud
didn't.
of it.
Well, then I'll tell them about Thon. And they'll be like, "This is why you're going to Penn State, and you have no other choice." I'm gonna be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, perfect.
True.
you can go wherever you want as long as it's Penn State.
Yeah, you can. No, it's you can go wherever you want. I'll just pay if it's Penn State.
Ooh.
Well,
That's how you
good.
get them. That's how you get them.
Good.
That's some manipulation.
And
right
then you
there.
don't pay.
That's some financial security by the time I have children.
Ask little Sally Mae to step in.
Yeah.
Okay, Bobby, what's your next question?
All right.
You want to read your list.
Oh, well, I can just go down the list real quick. I've got the coronavirus, quarantine, Zoom classes, the death of Regis Philbin, the Black Lives Matter movement, Animal Crossing, Representative John Lewis, Megan the Stallion. Apparently, she just got shot.
What?
You see that? She got shot in the foot by another
That's
rapper.
that's not recent. That happened a bit ago.
Really?
Wait, yeah, it definitely did.
I just heard of this like yesterday.
No, it was a little bit ago.
I think she filed the
I
lawsuit
couldn't
like
find
this
it,
week.
so.
Huh?
Did anyone watch Saved by the Bell?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't he just?
Did you
What's his
see that
face just died?
passed away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe him. Then.
Cancer.
The Jonas Brothers. One of them had a baby, right?
Sophie
Yeah.
is pregnant.
Someone
Did
had
she
a
have her
baby. I
baby?
think someone had a
I think
baby.
they had the
I think
baby.
they named it like Willa or something.
Oh,
Willa.
so dope.
don't know.
That's such a Gen Z name.
Right? The
That's actually
SpaceX.
an old name. Like that's like that name dates back.
Wait, Willow, isn't that
That's a
the
tree.
Tucky's dog's name?
Yeah.
Kentucky's have a dog named Willow, right?
Wow.
But I think the name is Willa with an A, and I think that's like an
That's
old
even
name.
worse.
God.
Talk about
Also, Tom
spiraling.
Brady had a daughter named Willa.
Listen, whose name is Willa.
We'll be all right. Of our 4 listeners, 3 of me, like, I doubt the other person's named Willa. Either way. I hope not. SpaceX rocket launch. We got Tiger King. One Direction's 10-year anniversary. I have TikTok, but then I also have in parentheses Savage Love by Jason Derulo, because that song apparently started as a TikTok song, and then he made a real one out of it. The Taco Bell Vigil and Yellow Taco moving downtown. Twitch
RIP.
fundraisers. Chadwick Boseman. The Travis Scott burger. Keeping Up with the Kardashians ended. Beyond 46, Thon's podcast. That is
Ooh, that's
maybe better, maybe worse than this. I don't know.
We'll
I
check.
haven't heard of their podcast. I have heard.
Yeah,
of this
well,
one,
they have 2
so-
episodes in like 4 months, and that's all I'm saying. They're
Whose
taking their-
idea was
the
whose
university's
idea
taking a
was
while
that?
for their episodes. That's all I'm saying, you know.
The university.
Wait, Matt. Yeah, Matt. How did I word that every time?
It was like we were all like, oh, Skyward's video. He's like, just waiting on the university to get back to us with some things. They're taking a little bit long, but it should be up
Didn't you
shortly.
say like the university is taking longer than anticipated?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like those phone calls. You know, we've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty for some
Yeah,
time
yeah.
now. It's like those. It just keeps going. And
Going every time.
You can't ever trust them.
There was a fly on Mike Pence's head during the debate.
Oh yeah.
What else do I have? Among Us. The election. Something. I put the Bachelorette on here, and I don't know why. Isn't it because she like left during like The
So
fourth
They,
episode.
I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like that's probably a common one.
The
Sometimes.
most dramatic season to ever happen, and also Claire and Dale are not together anymore.
I know, yeah.
Dale.
That was never gonna last.
Yeah, no.
I put Indiana's controversial 2-point conversion.
Mm.
That one hurt.
Ooh.
Very true.
RBG.
Oh, RBG.
Amy
Oh,
Coney
that's the one
Barrett,
that I said.
and then vaccines.
Yay.
And I should add
Oh, so-
Diamond Hands and GameStop.
That's the thing. Like they usually
Oh.
do like a line or two about famous people that passed away, but there's a
There's a
lot
lot.
here.
Yeah.
Wait,
What about
Like,
Alex
yeah.
Trebek?
Alex
Trebek too, yeah.
That's
So-
true.
No.
He was in last year's.
Was he?
Wait,
Trebek
why?
Final
Oh,
Jeopardy.
Here's one for you, Hank
Yeah.
Aaron.
They called
Hey,
it
see, that's
Final
another one.
Jeopardy. That's
Yeah. Atlanta
No,
Braves.
not his death. It was like literally his
His
final-
his last episode of
He's
Jeopardy.
still
He stopped
alive.
the show.
The Atlanta Braves are changing their name because Hank Aaron died.
What are they
Oh
changing
wait,
it to?
what about
The
the
Atlanta Hammers.
Washington football team? Maybe that'll be in there.
Would they
Ooh.
do that?
I don't know. Maybe they don't have a name. If they got renamed,
Person.
like
Wait, Bobby, what was the last one that you said?
vaccines, GameStop, Diamond Hands.
Oh, wait, Jeff Bezos stepping down. as
Oh,
the
that's
CEO of
true.
Amazon.
Yeah, that just happened.
Wait, he did that? When did that happen?
It
Say.
Day,
it's not effective until third quarter.
third
but
quarter.
When
yeah.
did he do that?
today.
Oh, okay. So I just haven't been on like the news.
He's
Got
too
You've been
busy-
having a day, Morgan.
Yeah.
busy counting his billions of dollars.
Yeah, he just he could just walk away.
Wait, so
He's still gonna
the
be like on the
founder.
executive board.
Gotcha. So who's gonna be the new CEO?
They're
Some
they're like head of cloud computing. His name's like he's got some very he has like two first names. It's Andy something.
Do you
Andy
think he'll-
Sandberg.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Andy Jassy.
Andy Jassy. Yeah.
Pat, I've never met anyone named Jassy.
Named
Talk
Jassy.
about it.
That's a first name.
A Gen Z name.
It's Jassy and Willow.
Willow
They hang out together.
The
Willow
children
Jassy.
of
That's
Jesse. Skylar.
Skylar's future children's name.
No, it's gonna be Ellis, Raylan, and like Marblin or something. I don't know.
Marblin.
Marblin.
Borat.
Oh,
All right,
man.
cool. Next question.
Wait, did he? Sorry, is he stepping down because of his divorce, or do we know?
No.
David said.
No idea.
His new position is executive chairman, so he's not going anywhere.
If I were him, I would just like take my billions on trillions of dollars and just like fade away into nothingness, so people don't look at me. And I just do my thing, just live my life with more money than the U.S. government.
Jeez.
I just, what else would you do, right? Like just vibe.
All right, Robert Matthew. Next question.
Next
Vibe.
question. What is the next question? What does Thon mean to you?
Hit me with that.
I know, I'm sorry.
We have a whole shirt that says it, or maybe that's what heel means to you. That was a great shirt. I still
That
have
was
that.
a fantastic shirt.
Yeah, it was the pocket tee,
Send the
comfort
design.
colors.
Send the design.
Okay.
It
No,
might
I
get
actually asked
a
Bridget
reprint.
if she still had it because I've worn mine so much now that it has holes in it.
Yeah.
I wanted to buy more.
Just say he
And-
got it from Yeezy.
What's that?
Just say he got it from Yeezy. All his shirts have holes in them.
Yeah. I asked Bridget if she still had the design. I don't think that she does.
We can
You
check
can
the drive.
text Kim, you can text Riss because she was swimming in hers and she doesn't wear it at all. So she might give it to you.
Okay.
You could probably like if you have it, you could probably ask someone to recreate it.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. I mean, it wouldn't be too difficult. The back of it is like a yellow ribbon, but the ribbon is made up of all the words that the members of Heal said, like what Heal means to them.
We should remake this shirt and sell
You
it.
guys should. It was a great shirt. Yeah.
And it was so comfortable. Like that
It
was
was
the other
great.
thing. It was like a long sleeve, but it was so soft.
Okay, we'll remake it next year.
Why next year? We'll just do it now.
Well,
Yeah.
because we're already making it, not making, but everyone's already paying for like Thon Weekend tanks and
That's
stuff.
fine.
What do they look like?
Good question.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I can show you.
No, they're
Um,
made. I just. Oh, you know what they look like? I thought it was a secret.
Well, I know what they
Oh.
look like. It's a secret to you because you're not allowed to know.
Is that
But
normal? Is it usually a secret to the dancers?
I don't know.
No.
think
I
so.
don't
I
think
do.
so.
Kind of a cool
Yeah, I
idea,
know
though. Not gonna
nothing.
lie.
I
We
know,
like
it's
keeping
like-
secrets this year.
There's
Yeah.
been a group chat for like 3 weeks without us. We have no idea what's
Oh,
going
Way
on.
yeah.
longer than 3 weeks.
People staying awake for 46 hours on their feet love like surprises.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You didn't love the surprise that you got to go outside?
That wasn't a surprise. That was a negotiation.
Yeah.
Skylar had to really offer some big payment for that one. All
It
of
was
the
my-
Irving sandwiches he was stolen. Brought
Yeah,
into
it was
him.
it was called years and months of love and like affection and appreciation.
I wish I could get that. Anyways, back to the question. What does Thon mean to you? Matt, we're going to start with you.
Wait, before
Okay.
Matt goes, last
Oh.
week at the end of the podcast, sorry, Matt, you get more time to think. At the end of the podcast, we just sat there and talked about how Bobby had an amazing podcast voice, and that just made me think of it.
I thought of that too.
Do
He
I
was
have
good.
do I have a good podcast
So
voice?
I'm gonna hand over the podcast to Bobby and leave.
All right, we'll be seeing you, Morgan.
Your voice sounds so much worse. Like, think about you having your AirPods in, you hear my voice, and you're like, and then you hear Bobby's voice, and you're like, "Ah, read me a lullaby. Okay.
Hey guys, listen, if you need me to read a story to your kids or something, like $5
This is
and
way too much
green eggs and ham is all yours.
To Bobby's ego, but whatever.
I digress. What does Thon mean to you, Matt Giuliano?
Wait, one more. No, I'm kidding. Go.
Get out of
It's
here.
it's really hard to put into one word what thon means to me.
Use many.
You can use as many words as you want.
You could publish
Thon
your
is-
thesis here, honestly. I'm ready.
It's magical. I don't want to sound cliche, but it's just a community of students, families, thon children that we all come together for the greater good, and all 16,000 student volunteers are all working for that common goal, which is trying to provide support for these families, raise awareness about thon and childhood cancer, and then lastly raise money for research or for helping the families get through this tough time by covering their medical bills, transportation, any of that. So thon is just a whole bunch of things encapsulated into one, and especially for me, like some of my best friends from college are from Heal and from thon, and meeting the Tuckies has really gotten me through some, like, puts life into perspective for you, I guess you could say, and it really makes you appreciate every little thing that you have, and just thon as a whole community is really incredible.
Awesome answer. That was a weird way of describing me as your best friend, but I'm glad that I still fit all the criteria. Moving on, Kim, what is
What? You just broke the order.
well, Skylar actually moved, and I just realized now he swapped on the screen, like in the middle of the podcast. So, yeah, I don't know. You did a thing. So, Skylar, what does thon mean to you?
In a weird way, whatever you need it to mean. So, thon, the way I see it and how I feel about it is just getting into something like thon. You do it for a reason because it touches you or it feels you or you feel about it in a certain way.
It feels you.
I know, right? Words are great. Because more often than not, most people that get into thon is because they've been affected by cancer in one way or another. Now, it's not like that for everybody, but most people have been affected by cancer, unfortunately. And it's just wild that, with everything today, that it's still just something that we don't have a cure for. And some people do it to make themselves feel better. Some people do it because, it's hurt them or a family member. Or like some people just see, kids that are innocent that get affected by something like cancer. And, some days, you just have, it's a really bad day. And the only thing you can wait for is going to that thon meeting and seeing some of your friends and know that you're all working towards something like that. Or you hear terrible news of someone passing and then just like, okay, then you're just determined because you just want to go and raise as much money as possible to try to figure out and beat this beast that just takes innocent lives for no reason. So it means a lot of things, and I feel like it changes day to day on what's going on with you and what's going on around you. That's at least what it means to me.
That maybe we still have three answers left, but that might be the best answer I've ever heard. So no pressure at all. But Kim, what does Thon mean to you?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't want to follow that because I actually don't know that I could put it in any better words than that. But I think the main thing that comes to mind is family. Um, you know, we whether you're participating in an org or a committee or kind of independently, you're part of this huge family and huge support system. And I think that it's one of the most selfless things that you can do. Um, and I think that it's, in my opinion, I know I'm biased, but the best the best thing that you could put your energy into, um, because you can see the difference that Thon makes for all these families as well as for the students that are involved. And it's a tangible thing. And I think that throughout my 4.5 years that I was involved in HEAL, there was just so much growth that you can see both in HEAL's relationship with the Tuckies and HEAL's relationship in the Thon community. Um, and it's just like, it's really amazing to be able to work with like minded individuals who are all working towards the same goal, but in some ways we're like-minded and in other ways we are all different, and so you have like all these different perspectives coming together to all unite and work towards a goal. And I think that, like Matt said, it is magical. um so I mean, I guess at the end of the day for me, Thon really just means hope. um yeah.
Cool. That was great. I love it. All right, Pat. You had some time. You're up.
Wow, it's quite the answers to follow. I was thinking about this while other people were answering, and I think at Penn State you really get the sense of community and togetherness, in other aspects like football and friends and class. So I think the people who are invested in Thon, one of the best things that you can take away from it is being a part of something greater than yourself and just the act of charity in general. Um, it is a fundraiser, but just as important as the money raised is the experience for the families to see college students traditionally viewed as focused on things that are important to them personally. And Thon's an opportunity to really like experience the charity aspect of giving voluntarily for no other reason than to make a difference. And if you really absorb yourself in that more so than anything else, I think that presents you the best opportunity to get the most out of it.
Awesome. All right, and last but certainly not least, Emily Foster. What does Thon mean to you?
Um, I think Thon is just incredibly impressive, and I don't think anybody could argue with that. Any way that you look at it, the fact that it's student run, the amount of money that we raise, the relationships that we build out of it, whether we're a small interest org, like we're still ranked among orgs that have twice or three as many times as people or members. So no matter which way you cut it, it's impressive. But what also comes to mind is perspective. And I know, like, I've been on exec with you guys for some multiple years, and that was something that we always put as a priority. Is it doesn't matter if the university is taking longer with the video, or if the quarter zips haven't been ordered yet, or anything that seems like the end of the world. Like, as you're planning Thon, as you're running an org, Thon puts it in perspective. The Tuckies put it in perspective. Like, you just zoom out and it just calms everything down, and you're able to kind of put your priorities where they need to be. And I think I'm sure you guys can speak to this too. It's something that stays with you for the rest of your life. Here I am 2 years out of post grad, and Becca still puts things in perspective to me. Fond memories still put things in perspective for me. So I think that's extremely valuable, and it's something that you take away and you're going to hold on to for the rest of your life. So that's really powerful, and it's just truly incredible and amazing. So yeah, do it. It's great.
Awesome. Do it. It's awesome. It's great.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So, with that, an hour and 20-ish minutes. Great job. We'll cut a minute or two out of there when Morgan doxes herself. Or I leave it. I don't know. Give us those wacky 3 digits on the back of your card, Morgan. Anyways, is there anything that any of you guys want to ask us before we finish up?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We did not sign up for that.
Yeah, any like burning questions for Morgan and I?
Just best of luck if you're dancing. Bobby, are you dancing?
I am not.
Okay. So just Morgan and everybody else. No matter what it looks like you guys should be extremely proud of everything that you've accomplished for this thon. I think every year we've faced challenges like with the loss of canning over a few years, the Tuckies not being able to come, like every thon you get thrown something, and this is what you guys are being thrown this year. And I'm sure you're not going to let it deter you at all. And you're going to be amazing. So do what you were going to do as if it was regular thon, because you deserve it.
That was so sweet.
So, on a lighter note,
Yeah.
this will help me judge what kind of person you are. Chipotle, burrito, or bowl?
That's a question. Okay. I would prefer a burrito. However, I do tend to order a bowl.
Okay. What's your typical order inside that bowl?
Inside that bowl, you're gonna hate this. I about 6 months ago really switched up the lifestyle and started getting really healthy.
I don't need a backstory.
So I'll give you the typical
Keep you around.
The typical burrito order used to be chicken, rice, black beans, queso, always queso, always guac.
I'm done.
No?
Chipotle's queso is like baby food.
Yeah.
And it tastes great. And pico and the other 2 I'd get all the salsas. I was a crazy kid. Now I'm a little more tame. I do a lifestyle bowl, steak, no rice, black beans, lettuce, fajita veggies, and that's it. Yeah, that's it.
No cheese?
No cheese.
Oh.
Okay, Morgan, let's see what kind of human you are.
Yikes. I feel like I failed.
I usually go for a bowl. My go-tos are cauliflower rice, chicken. I'm completely kidding.
Get out.
Brown rice, steak, the fajita veggies. I usually don't get salsa, but I'll get the corn salsa, cheese, and then either guac on the side with chips or guac on top with chips.
Pro tip, I like that, Morgan. Guac on the side on a bowl, no matter what. You dip your fork in and you get a little bite with each.
I agree with that because I agree with that on like a lot of levels, because I really don't like when the guac's just on top. Like I don't like to mix it. I want it as like a dipping like I don't want to mix it into the whole thing, because what if you don't finish it and the next day you just got brown stuff all over?
Facts.
When are you gonna order Chipotle and not finish it? That's blasphemous. Sacrilegious even.
I mean, it's kind of filling. Like if you eat a whole Chipotle bowl, I mean, usually I finish it. Also, pro tip too, you should try and finish it because the rice the next day is not the same. And if you got lettuce on your bowl, you can't really put it into like the microwave. Otherwise, your lettuce gets wilted. So just try and finish it really.
Pat and Kim were both nodding in sync right there.
It's all facts.
This is the way.
That's all facts.
Bobby, I like it, but we got to work on that Chipotle.
All right. You can help me after we finish up here. You can give me some advice.
Any final questions, guys?
Go ahead, Kim.
I don't have a question. I just would like to comment. I have 2 comments. One, you guys are wrong. The correct answer is California tortilla.
It's
Oh.
gone. It's literally
R.I.P.
gone.
I don't want to talk
Oh
about it.
my
The floors
God.
had like
R.I.P.
arsenic tile that they had to take
Okay,
out, and like
it doesn't matter.
it doesn't exist anymore. It's called the Rise now. Or, no, it's
Oh
not.
my
It's
gosh, I don't want
the-
to talk about it.
the
I just
heater.
needed to tell you. Second, I'm speaking for all of us, but I'm saying that for all the dancers, at any point, if you need somebody to talk to, or you want to FaceTime or play games or whatever, we are just a phone call away. Anytime.
I can't wait to call Skylar.
You're not dancing.
Anytime. 3 a.m. Skylar.
But seriously, if you need us or you want to
Magical.
talk to us
I
or
must be
for
lonely.
anything, you know where to find us.
Yeah, absolutely. I echo that as well. You guys have our numbers, so feel free whenever. And then just best of luck. I mean, we're really rooting for you guys, and I know it's tough this year, but just keep the Tuckies, keep the Hesses in your thoughts at all times, and just as long as you know they have your back, you have their back. You'll be able to get through whatever this year and this 46 throws at you.
Yeah, definitely good luck. A lot of us don't. I mean, me personally, and I'm assuming a bunch of like other people that have danced or if anyone you reach out to, we don't know you all that well. I mean, I know I don't know you guys as well as Matt, obviously, but good luck. And like Kim said, if you guys need, anyone to talk to, I'm known for a good pick me up, just like a Bang energy drink. Don't know what we'll talk about, but I'll get you there.
This is gonna be a little sappy, but Skylar, while I didn't get to know you as well because you weren't here our freshman year, like I was so excited to do this podcast in particular because I'm sorry, Skylar, this is like you were talking and now I'm cutting you out of this, but Kim, Emily, and Nat, like you guys were some of the people that were like what HEAL like really meant my freshman year and like the people that like I looked up to personally. So it's like honestly like an honor to get to like talk to you guys on this podcast and to have you guys on. And like even when I think about HEAL today or like talk about it with like Carmen or something, like you guys are the people that like we talk about from that year and the people that we still stay in contact with. And like I don't know, like even like Emily texted like me and Carmen like like congratulations on dancing, which we didn't really advertise a lot just because this year is like a different year. And like to hear that from you just like meant so much. And to like know that like I like when you guys are saying that you are only a phone call away, like I know you truly mean that. Like if I called you at 3:00 in the morning during, oh my god, I'm gonna cry, during like HEAL has meant so much and it's like evolved in what it means to me from the time I was a freshman to now. But like I'm so grateful that we were able to meet you guys, and like this is the reason that like I've continued to stay with HEAL, and like even this year it being different and everything, like why it's so exciting to dance. And yeah, I'm really not a crier at all. Like so, but thank you guys so much, and I hope Bobby you cut out what I
Yeah.
said.
Morgan, you go ahead and regain your composure.
I'm good. I don't know why I'm
Everything she said's
okay,
true.
like,
I mean, somehow we haven't had Em on before, which is beyond me. I don't know what kind of blunder that was, but
and
there's
you
a
know,
reason
like,
we had.
it too. It's because we have this whole list. I'll explain.
Yeah,
We have a whole list of
Oh,
everyone
no
from our
worries.
There's a
current-
reason we've had Matt and Kim on already, and it's because we do look up to you so much. So it means a lot. Skylar, the one time I met you,
And I'm
still
sorry,
ingrained in
Matt,
my
you
head.
were
I know
here
you
when we were
forgot, but it's cool.
I'm surprised I even made this list.
Honestly, you were number one to call. I was like, I can't wait to call Skylar and invite him.
Well, you know what? We were so glad that Matt roped you into it and that you
Yeah.
showed up and didn't know this was a podcast.
Yeah, you were like, wait, this is a podcast?
I'm sorry to keep like dragging on, but like Morgan, what you said, it's true for a lot of us. Like
Yeah.
when I think of HEAL, like my first experience is like thinking of Pat's year. Of,
Wait,
like
Pat, yeah.
him, Jill, and like that entire crew that left right after it. Like that's my first experience of HEAL, and like HEAL, and I looked up to them. I was just like, how the hell am I ever going to be able to work with people and do what they did?
Yeah.
Because I was just sitting in there as a group and saw that everything HEAL was, and I was just like, how or like am I ever supposed to like, even just as an outreach here, contribute to like whatever it was? So
Honestly, most days it feels like we're not.
no, sometimes it does. Sometimes it feels like you're driving blind. It
Yeah.
really does.
Mhm.
But
But
like
it's
that's
bigger.
what it's just how you feel, and like those emotions,
up
what
as
it
you
is.
go.
You just have people to lean on, and you just all figure it out as you go.
Yeah.
And it's awesome to have, I'm so glad Pat's here because Pat was my big. And like Skylar said, that's the year that I look up to and think of. And then I was Morgan's unofficial big. So It's a little like
Kind of official.
yeah, definitely official.
Wait, I have something. I'm gonna grab it.
All right, you do your
Also-
thing.
Trap.
So, and while that's happening, you know how much pressure it is setting up bigs and littles when you don't know anyone. You don't know the new, like you're just like, okay, is this gonna work or is this person never gonna come to a meeting again?
What do you have?
Okay, so I have this little box. It's like my little fun box. I keep it.
Yes.
So inside I have like stuff from last year. Those are like quotes and stuff. My fanny pack. It gets better.
How could it ever get better than that?
Morgan
I
is
have,
on one today.
baseball, Hot Loops,
Yep.
Love Hot Loops.
a
Still
water
can't make
gun,
one.
a tennis ball. But then at the bottom I have socks that Emily gave to me.
Oh, I love those socks. Yeah.
They say
The
FTK.
socks.
Oh, I
Yep.
have those socks.
I still have
Yep.
mine.
And then
Oh gosh, I gave. Oh, the
Got the cape.
yeah.
yeah.
That's my cape. Oh my gosh.
but after all these years I still have it. I've never worn this, but this year I probably will.
You gotta steam it.
Wait,
Got
that's so sweet.
wrinkles.
It's a little wrinkly because of me,
Matt,
but-
where's my cape, dude? What?
Oh my
I'll-
gosh, I love that.
I'll
Quick
never
question for-
forgive you for not making me your little. You had the opportunity. You were in charge of the system and setting it up. And
Quick
you
question for
didn't
you
give
two.
me you. Like, I don't understand.
Speaking of littles, because I remember mine. Does Brett still exist?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
He was actually already on the podcast. I think it
'Cause
was
I
episode
see-
16.
Yeah, I see his like his like snaps all the time. They go on for days. I'm like, and I can't watch them. I like all of them. I don't have the time. Tell him I said hey.
I will. Shout out
I
Brett.
could text him, but he'll get all excited when you guys tell him.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. All right. Before this goes any longer than it already has, I'm going to call it there. We can keep talking after. But to everyone at home listening, thank you so much for coming on this hour-and-a-half journey with us. Really appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks. Otherwise, that's it from us, from Morgan and I and everyone here, Heal 2016 and 18. Thanks for listening, and keep on dancing.